You ready, Colton? Now 6:30, Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. Go ahead and call the meeting to order. Jenna, if you could call roll.
Magistrate Humphrey.
Present.
Magistrate Coldiron.
Present.
Magistrate Riley.
Present.
Judge Chuck Dills.
Present. Appears all present. We'll move on down to approval of the regular meeting minutes dated September 6th, 2022.
Having read the minutes from September 6, 2022, I'll make a motion to approve as written.
I second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, second by Magistrate Kodar. All in favor by raising your hand.
Aye.
It appears all in favor, motion carries. Moving down to fiscal matters, 4A, approval of the claims on the ARPA funds, the general fund, the road fund, and jail fund, along with all transfers presented dated September 20th, 2022.
I did have a question on that, Judge.
Yes.
The transfer on the election equipment, she is still pursuing grants to cover that, is she not? Or is
Yes, they are.
Okay.
And that was being paid out of the ARPA fund.
Yeah, for now, and then we'll get reimbursed from it when the grant comes in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because this would be like the second purchase that would qualify,
Yes.
hopefully.
Is this the printer units?
This is the printer at every one of the polling locations.
How many did that account for? Do you?
I don't have in front of me. What was it? The 20, there was, I think, a spare printer, one or two spares. Is that, Jenna, does that sound right? Do you know?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and was the new tablets included in with that too, or do you know?
No, the tablets is something separate. I actually just signed something for tablets. That was something the state was working on a separate entity.
Okay.
We should be all in good shape with voting equipment.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve the claim presented against the ARPA fund, jail fund, road fund, and general fund, along with the transfers as presented, dated September 20th of 2002.
I second.
Motion made by Magistrate Riley, second by Magistrate Kodar. All in favor by show of hands. Shows all in favor, motion carries. Moving down to item B, resolution 2022-03 deferred compensation. I won't read its entirety. It's several pages. Stephen had an opportunity to receive this. Peggy received it. And basically we're already in the deferred compensation with the state, Commonwealth of Kentucky. And there is some revisions to the statute if you read through it. And basically this is an update replacing the previous agreement we had on deferred compensation. So if no one has any questions, I need a motion. Allow me to go ahead and sign this and get it back to Frankfurt.
And Judge, and I'll be candid, I didn't pick this up the first time through. There's a blank page behind the page that I revised and drafted that shouldn't be. That's not the one. That was the sample that they was sent to us, but that's not the one that I've revised for the court to enter.
I think both of them's in there.
Yeah, they're both in there, but I think only the one that has you signing, there's looking at the difference. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead and sign both of them. Go ahead and sign both of them. I apologize because they have language in there about a 401k, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, one's the contract and one's the resolution.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay.
Look
Any
similar,
questions?
look similar at first glance.
Having read reviewed the resolution. I make a motion, we give Judge Dills the affordability to sign the resolution as presented on the deferred compensation 2022-03.
I will second.
Motion made by Magistrate Godar, second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by show of hands. It appears all in favor, motion carries. This is a busy night with resolutions. We have item C. Resolution 2022-04 from Brian Miles Solid Waste. And if you all have had the opportunity, obviously, to review it, it's basically a resolution that the county jointly with Solid Waste that will continue to review the solid waste management plan, and it be updated every 5 years. The plan's the same as it's been. This is just a update on any contact information that needs to be done. It's just a resolution that we need to pass.
I make
Anyone
a,
have-
please.
Anyone have any questions on that?
No, they do this every 5 years.
Yes,
With this
and
plan.
that's from 2023 to 2027.
Right. I make a motion to approve resolution 2022-04 per Brian Miles on the solid waste for the Grant County 109 board.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Codar, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by show of hands. It appears all in favor, motion carries. Moving down to item D, I have a motion before you to surplus some county property. If you look at attachment A, just going down through it, the items that, the first one, the 93 Ford vehicle, that's the replacement of that road tractor. We will be putting that on online auction. Colton has been working on that project. It's going on govdeal.com. It's a nationally recognized site that governments use. I know a lot of agencies in Northern Kentucky use the same site that I believe gets hundreds of thousands of viewers on our surplus. So we're looking forward to trying to surplus on it, maybe get top dollar for the county on our property. Also, we have the Parks and Recs. It's the 99 Ford pickup truck that's been sitting over there at the county barn for a couple years. We replaced it with the Steve Tatum's truck, is the truck we replaced it from the road department. Then the next 4 items, they're items that are down in one of the offices that we believe the county had purchased over the years. And we're cleaning that office to make room for the building inspector to move into. And then the next 2 items is the older 1996 New Holland tractor. The clutch is out of that tractor. We'll be surplusing that one on the online auction, along with the 15-foot stainless steel serving table with 5 warmers. That's in the kitchen. We'd already surplus the refrigeration units that we'll be putting online auction. And just so you'll know, advertisement will be coming out in the paper this week for that. And the bids will be starting on 9/23/2022, ending on October 1st, 2022, 6 p.m. So that's coming out in the Grant County News with all the details, along with, I'll get with Colton on, we'll be posting that on our Facebook page also. So does anyone have any questions on the surplus of those properties? And, okay, on the 4 items that are downstairs, they're no longer working order. They have no value. So I'm asking the court, when we surplus that, they'll be disposed of as garbage per KRS. Any questions?
I make a motion to approve the surplus county property per the attachment A provided.
I will second.
A motion made by Magistrate Codar, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Sorry. It appears all in favor, motion carries. Okay, moving down to item E. I'm gonna need a motion to update changes to the county's policy procedure manual, section 303, vacation benefits. And it's to remove the highlighted area only, if everyone has that in front of them. I spoke to Stephen on that issue. Was brought to my attention from Melissa in communications with Paycor, who is going to be a company that we're contracted with to start our payroll. And they actually didn't know exactly how we interpreted that line. And after reading over the policy, I actually don't know why that line was ever in the policy. So basically it's saying on any of the carryover, you can carry up to 48 hours a year. And they would have to separate that calculation because your accrued days won't begin until after you use those 48 hours up. Basically, it doesn't matter. You'll carry over your 6 days and you'll get a day each month. So if you don't use them all, you can only carry 6 the following year. So it just makes it a little confusing. I'm just asking the court for a motion for us to remove that one line item that's highlighted, which says the employee uses paid vacation time and brings the available amount below the cap, vacation accrual will begin again. So that's the line that I'm asking to be removed.
I'll make a motion to remove the highlighted section in the pay policy.
I second.
Go ahead.
Motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, second by Magistrate Codar. All in favor by show of hands? It appears all in favor, motion carries. Okay, our last item under fiscal matters is F, Resolution 2022-05 on the Verse Group Logistics. This basically, and Stephen can answer any questions also, this is basically tailored, pretty well similar to what was done at Wolf Steel. The only difference is this is 0.5%, and we'll be making up 0.5% on this development, along with Dry Ridge making up 0.5% that will equal 1% of what the state is required under the Kentucky Economic Development Finance Authority. After reviewing that, does anyone have any questions on this resolution? If not, I'll need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
I will second, as discussed.
Okay. I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor, by show of hands. Appears all in favor, motion carries. We don't have any old business. Anyone have any new business tonight? If not, we'll move on down to the judge's report. I was over at the county road department today. They had been patching on roads. They had a breakdown at Wriggler's plant today, so they weren't able to get some of the projects done. They've been out shouldering roads. I know that they've been out on, they've got Simple Road shouldered. They've been out Kendall area, several of those roads, shouldering roads. So they're doing a lot of shouldering, patching, along with some mowing. Also, I received a phone call today. I'll just mention to you from Judge Fields over Pelton County. They still tar and chip some roads. Their truck that spreads the oil out had the clutch, I believe. There was a mechanical malfunction with it. He contacted us, asked us if we had one. We do have one that's been sitting around for years. I actually loaned it out to them to use to help finish up some of their road projects. They got the truck started finally. It needed a solenoid on it. As far as I know, it hadn't been ran in a long time. They put a solenoid on it. They worked most of the day. The mechanics, Adam and Marvin, did getting the sprayer and all that working. So now the truck is back to full working order, and hopefully with them using it, it will help the use of that truck. So I was glad that we had the opportunity to help another county out, because they'll come right up to help us out anytime we need something. So I just wanted to let you all know
Absolutely.
that. Other than that, I have KCO meeting this week, and the next week I have judges training in E-Town. So other than that, I'll move down to magistrates. Do y'all have anything?
No, we do have that training tomorrow with the Kentucky Transportation. I think that'll be yes.
Yes.
Was all the road employees able to attend that tomorrow, or?
Yeah, we have all, just to update, we have all the county road employees attending. I believe there was 7 or 8, Colton from Williamstown, street department attending, and then there's at least 2 from Dry Ridge attending.
Oh, okay.
So we have all the road departments in the county, along with the county, attending the meeting. And I'll be there also that morning, tomorrow morning, for that meeting and training. Shauna, you'll be there.
Yes, I plan to be there.
And Jacqueline, Roger, you're the only one that's not able to make it, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I had a resident over on Kendall Road, actually Arnold's Creek Road. Called, and I went over and met with him yesterday. They side dressed Arnold's Creek. Everything looks great over there. They was real happy over that. They have done the side bush hogging over there for the right of ways. It looks great. But he brought something to my attention and actually drove me up the road and pointed out. We have a ton of dead trees along Arnold's Creek Road. And I'm sure Arnold's Creek's not the only one, but Arnold's Creek Road, these trees are some pretty good sized trees hanging over the road, and they're ready to fall just any day, depending on the weather. Even have one tree up at the end of Arnold's Creek before you hit Sipple that's leaning and starting to buckle the blacktop, where the root ball is going to be pulling up the blacktop in the road. And another tree leaning against it. So these trees just really need removed. Not with a side brush hog, but with our bucket truck and our chipper shredder and chainsaws. They just need cut down, or at least cut down to fence post level. And every one of them is on our right of way. So I'll be honest with you, I forgot to send an email to Steve about it. Is that something you could touch base with him, Chuck?
Yes, and I had, just to update you, the plans are mowing season will start ending before long, where they'll have the right of ways done what they can. As we go into fall, that's one of the major projects, is to start clearing out some of these trees next to the road. Weather will be a lot cooler for them to do that. A lot of the greenery will be gone, so it'd be a whole lot easier to deal with the trees on cutting them down. Also, I wanted to mention to you on any of these trees you see on the roads, or you get the calls, let me know or let Steve know, so we can see which is a priority. Because you're right, there's quite a few dead trees along a lot of the roadways right now.
And we can get it added to his work order that we have, and we meet, I think, next week.
Yes.
So that's something to take note of in our district.
Just to update, I spoke to Brett Browning today from Wrigglers, just getting an update on Rainbow Drive and also Huff Road. And he said that they are definitely going to get them paved, and they were just looking at that schedule, and hopefully they're going to start keying the roads in the next couple of weeks. So as soon as they get that done, they'll get that paved before the season ends. So that will end our last 2 pavings before winter, which gives us a total of 28 roads that's been paved this year.
Good. I know we just mentioned mowing season getting ready to come to an end. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it was 27 roads, not 28.
27 roads paved, great. That's more. We've paved more roads in the past 4 years than has been paved in the past 20. Um, we was talking about mowing season ending and the greenery coming off. I noticed that Kenton County, I think they've got a pretty good plan, or I don't know if they're doing it or who's doing it, but they continue to use their side bush hog during when the greenery comes off. It makes it a lot easier. I talked to one of the crew members down there one day, and he said it just makes it so much easier. He said you can see the fence lines of the fence rows and any hazards when the greenery comes off. And I don't know if we've ever considered that or not, but especially since we have that truck that's, you know, cab heated and so forth, it could be a wintertime project ongoing on some of these days when they do have some downtime, which I know is very little, but I don't know if that's something we've considered in the past or not.
Yeah, I'll let Steve know. They're still waiting on the part, as I reported. The mowing truck is I believe it was the clutch that went out. There's some or transmission went out of the truck. So they were replacing it. They had it ordered. It was as normal on a lot of these parts. It was back ordered. So it should be coming in any time. Once they get that, they'll get that put in.
Good deal.
Okay, anyone else?
Not to be answered now unless we have a response, but the email that Rob on North Key, do we know where we're at on that, like services? And because I don't, and I was happy to see the email because I've been meaning to ask myself.
I gave Roger that breakdown. I have that breakdown here in the office on where those funds go. The North Key receives about $85,000 a year, and North Key is still providing services, but it's out of the Northern Kentucky office. I know they're providing services to the jail and other entities in the county, but I'm going to be doing another follow-up. I spoke to them. It's been 8 or 9 months ago during the COVID to see when they were planning to reopen their facility to full capacity again. And like I said, it was during COVID. Hopefully now that's all sort of coming to an end, hopefully that they'll start coming back, opening up their services to the community.
And
But
just
I will
to follow up on that, let me say this, and I'm not in the business of defending people that I'm not obligated to defend, but I will say that today I used North Key Services on a petition regarding an involuntary hospitalization, and they responded in a timely manner. We're here. So obviously every case, every person is unique. The facts are unique. The response time's unique. All those things are unique. I don't think you can take a specific incident with a specific person, family, whatever the case may be, and take that as a broad stroke as to something not being provided for a community, because today they provided services. So once again, easy to indict based upon one limited incident. I don't know what that was all about. Don't know anything about any of that. All I can tell you is today there was a call for services from my office. They responded, they provided services, and the person got the help they needed.
And I think what's noticeable, those are the services that go unnoticed. I think if you get any calls or anybody's asking, the greenhouse hasn't been open, and some of the functions there at Barnes Road, you may not see any activity there, but as Steven says, there's activity, because I've spoke to Mike Webster several times about North Key on evaluations and stuff, and they're right on it. So
good.
But I will do a follow-up to see when they may be back to full operations on location in Grant County.
I think a just general understanding to the public of what they do beyond what you see would probably help us understand when we're ever approached with that question.
That'd be a great news article in the future.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Okay.
Hey, did you know?
Move on down to citizens address. Looks like Dave's with us. If he has anything.
He's being quiet and patient. They're setting.
If anybody else, does anyone else have anything? Roger, is your hand up or you just hold on to something?
No, I'm resting it.
I thought the same thing. He's raising his hand.
Yeah.
I'm kind
No,
of
that's right.
looking around before I get run out of this parking lot. I pulled off to the side here to.
Well, I just want to
somebody
remind
come
everyone,
up.
our next meeting will be October 4th,
Wow.
Tuesday at 6:30 PM here at the courthouse.
Here we
I need a
go.
motion to adjourn.
All right. See you in the morning.
So moved.
Okay. I have a second.
Second.
I have a motion
Sean is-
made by Magistrate Riley, a second by Magistrate Godar. All in favor by show of hands? Appears all in favor. We're now adjourned. Thank you all tonight.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.